Let's talk about Greenland. Not the ice, not the landscape, but the idea of buying it. You might have heard the chatter, maybe laughed it off. But this isn't really about Greenland. It's about what it signals when a country, any country, starts thinking about buying new territory instead of fixing what's broken at home. It's a quiet alarm bell that most people don't hear. So, why Greenland? The official reasons are straightforward. It's strategically located in the Arctic, a new frontier for global competition with Russia and China. It's a perfect spot for military bases and surveillance. It's rich in rare earth minerals, the building blocks of modern technology. And as the ice melts, new shipping lanes are opening up, promising to reshape global trade. On the surface, it looks like a smart, forward-thinking move. But here's the thing you need to remember. Empires don't look outward for new prizes when things are stable at home. They do it when pressure is building up internally, when the system starts to crack. Expansion becomes a distraction, a way to project strength when the foundation is weakening. Let's look at the price tag. First, the obvious part. Buying Greenland wouldn't be cheap. Estimates range from tens to hundreds of billions of dollars just for the initial purchase. But that's just the down payment. Then comes the real cost, building and maintaining infrastructure, ports, airports, housing, power grids in one of the harshest environments on Earth. You'd have to expand military presence, a costly and permanent commitment. And you'd be responsible for providing long-term subsidies and social services to the people living there. This wouldn't be a one-time check. It would be a permanent, ongoing expense added to the national budget forever. Now, let's get to the real cost, the one that affects you and me directly. How would the U.S. pay for all this? Governments don't just have a magic pile of money sitting around. To fund a project of this scale, they have a few options. They can issue more debt, selling treasury bonds to other countries and investors, which adds to the national debt that our children and grandchildren will have to manage. This increased borrowing can also lead to inflationary pressure, making the money in your pocket worth less over time. Or they can raise taxes. That means less take-home pay for you. The third option is to cut spending on other things. And what are those other things? They're public services. They're healthcare, education, infrastructure repair, social security. They're the things that directly impact our daily lives. Think about it this way. Governments don't spend money. They redirect it. Every $1 billion spent on a military base in the Arctic is $1 billion not spent on fixing crumbling bridges in America. It's $1 billion not invested in making healthcare more affordable, or lowering the cost of education, or helping families struggling with housing costs. The debate over buying Greenland isn't an abstract foreign policy discussion. It's a debate about priorities. It's a choice between funding an overseas asset and funding the well-being of your own citizens. That's the real transaction. We've seen this pattern before in history. Take the British Empire in its later stages. As it poured vast resources into maintaining its global reach, its bases, and its colonial administration, the empire was projecting power across the globe, but the streets of London and Manchester were facing deep-seated social and economic problems. This is a classic symptom of late-stage empire behavior, choosing expansion over domestic reform. It's not necessarily about an imminent collapse, but about creating unlivable conditions for the average person. The country becomes a great power with a struggling population. So, what does this whole conversation about Greenland signal about the U.S. economy right now? It signals a dangerous shift in priorities. It suggests a focus on projecting power over improving productivity. It's choosing military positioning over the financial health of the middle class. It's prioritizing the acquisition of strategic assets over the affordability of daily life. When you see a country looking to invest massive sums of money abroad while its own households are falling behind, struggling with debt and stagnant wages, it's a clear sign that something is already broken. The system is no longer working for the majority of its people. What would a move like this actually mean for ordinary Americans? It wouldn't mean relief. It would mean more pressure. A project like buying Greenland would magically boost your wages or create millions of high-paying jobs at home. It wouldn't fix the soaring cost of living. It wouldn't make your rent or a mortgage cheaper. In fact, by redirecting resources and potentially increasing inflation or taxes, it would do the opposite. It would add another layer of instability, another burden on the national budget, all while being packaged and sold to the public as a brilliant strategic move. It's a strategy that serves the abstract idea of national power, not the concrete reality of your family's financial security. In the end, this isn't about Greenland. It was never about Greenland. It's a mirror. It forces us to ask a fundamental question. Is our economy being managed for its people or for its power? Is the goal to build a strong, stable, prosperous society for the citizens who live and work here, or is it to win a global chess match, no matter the cost to those citizens? The choices our leaders make reveal the answer. If you want more breakdowns like this, where we connect the dots between big headlines and your wallet, make sure you subscribe. We're here to explain how these global decisions can show up in your paycheck before they actually do. Thanks for watching.